Hello and welcome to the Sandbox stream. Oh, I've got all my stuff up over here. There we go. Hey, we've got a nice background. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm with an artist with the Sandbox, and I'm joined here by Joseph, our producer. How's it going, Joseph?
Oh, it's going well, Alex. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. So big news tomorrow is Public Land Sale Wave Number 2 featuring Pranksy, Metaverse, and Yield Guild Games. So we talked about that uh, on Saturday. Today's Wednesday, right?
Yes. I believe it is.
it's
Yeah.
it's been one of those weeks.
That's how we
Um,
track it.
that's
Just
what we
like
have
maybe.
calendars for,
Yeah,
so I don't have to
could
remember
be
what
that
day it
day.
actually is.
Yeah.
So quick recap on that: it's 1,024 regular lands. One NFT box giveaway is going to go to somebody who buys one of those lands. There's going to be 6 3x3 estates and 10 medium, which are the those are the 12 by 12, right?
6x6.
Oh, 6x6. I
That's the
skipped
six
six
by
by
six.
six. Yeah,
Yeah,
three,
yeah.
6 3x3s, 10 6x6, 2 12 by 12, and 1 24 by 24. Oh my God! In OpenSea
Massive.
auctions, absolutely
Yes.
huge. And then I already said the names of the partners that are involved there. So exciting stuff. This is it's been a while since we've had a bunch of just regular one by one lands. Without a
Yeah.
attached NFT or any 3D asset or anything like that. So, um, it is a good time to jump in on those. The price on those, because I know people keep asking, is 1,011 sand.
Yes.
So whatever that works out to in dollars at the moment that you buy it, that sand price is locked in for the sale, and 8,648 sand for the small estates. And then the other ones are auctions. I believe the auctions are linked. Yes, they are linked in the Medium
Yep.
article. So if you're interested in any of those, you can jump direct to those. And there is some coin market cap stuff mentioned down here. Oh, this is just talking about the
The
previous
previous
auction. Yeah.
auctions. Yes. Yes.
Um,
And
and yes.
Alex, with relation to this, I know we talked about it just before.
Yeah.
Uh, we are still confirming this, but I think preliminarily, I could say this is almost certainly going to happen. So the NFT box, Alex, uh, we got 1,011 sand, as you said, to pick up a standard one by one land.
Mm-hmm.
Those people who do get the standard one by one land have a chance to win this NFT box with random sort of special event NFTs provided by, I believe, Pranksy. Is that right? Um, I'm gonna
Yeah, I
check.
don't know all that's gonna be in the box, but I believe it is a Pranksy box.
Yep.
There was a
Yeah,
thing
I
from
can see it
Pranksy up
there
here.
on the little about details at the very bottom. It mentioned, but so that NFT box will be given away in a type of a raffle sort of thing, right? We'll have all of your wallets automatically recorded based on the sale as the smart contract delivers them to you. We'll take all of those wallets and put them together. And I believe that giveaway for that NFT box is going to happen on this stream on Saturday. Another thing
Okay.
in the works, unconfirmed. I may or may not be back with you in about 18 hours right here to do another stream. This hasn't been confirmed yet. Uh, for the last couple of streams, I know Sebastian has asked me sort of in the last couple of minutes, like, hey, are you streaming this? And I was like, you know what I mean? Like, I am unprepared. I'm sorry. I got to go to sleep because for me, the event always launches at 5 in the morning. So typically when I get up for a stream, I got to wake up at 3 in the morning and I'll get that question at like midnight. So I'm like, hmm. But this time I've asked ahead. So we'll see what the answer to that is. And I may be back with you for more of that launch, talking about the auctions and how to help you with that. If not, I'll be available on Discord and Telegram if you have any questions about how to purchase land, how the process goes, fee structures, all of that. I've got much more complete answers about fee structures now, thanks to a change on Etherscan. You can actually check to see what the cost of smart contract resolution is roughly at any moment now. Um, so, anyway, we'll move on to the next thing, Alex. Thanks for your patience with me.
That's all right. Yeah, and I saw some questions in the chat that I'll answer real quickly. So, uh, predicted price for one land. So I can't predict what sand is going to do between now and tomorrow. But it is specifically going to be 1,011 sand. So I would buy that as soon as you can, and have that available. Because
Yeah,
if you wait, there's the chance that something like a gas fee will fail and you won't get it in time if you try to do it right before the sale. The value of sand could go way up right before the sale. So there's it's pure luck whether you benefit from waiting or not. And
right,
I would much rather be, have a sure thing and have the sand ready,
right.
at a price that I'm comfortable with.
As with most cryptocurrency purchase or stock market purchase, right? Folks who try to wait for that like perfect time to buy in tend to never hit that perfect time, right? Like
They
no
miss
matter
it.
how you watch it. But another thing to consider is that these are still on-chain transactions on the Ethereum blockchain, so you will need a small amount of ETH in order to be able to process your transaction.
Mhm.
So again, you can check that, and I'll just tell you now how to check that if you're interested. If you go to etherscan.io and you click on the front page the thing that says median gas price. Right now, average gas is 193 guai, but you can see just under the gas tracker where it says low, average, and high on that page, it has something called Uniswap swap. And generally speaking, that is the cost of the Ethereum transaction fee in US dollar. This again varies based on the popularity of the Ethereum blockchain in the last 1,000 blocks. That's how they'll measure it. So between now and 18 hours from now, it can go up, it can go down. We really aren't sure how that's going to go, but at least you can have an estimate of what that cost may be. So keep that in mind as you go in, that you will need some ETH to cover that.
I had to shrink us down. I realized our big heads were getting in the way.
So big.
Some other questions from the chat. Are there ever going to be 6x6 regular sale, not auction again? I don't know. That is, up to how things go in the future. So, we don't have
Right.
a lot of this is kind of, there are plans for the future, but the plans can fluctuate based on what the people in charge think is going to work out best for everybody involved. So yeah, I don't know if there's no declaration that there's only going to be auctions from now on that I've seen. So there could be regular sales again. There might be only auctions. I'm not sure. I wish to invest in Sandbox. What could be more profitable, land or sand? I would. That's a very complicated question because a lot of it's unknown. So I would say that land is, and remember, I'm not a financial expert, and no financial experts can really give you perfect advice on what the future will hold. But I would say that land is definitely going to keep going up. Not definitely, but most likely going to keep going up in value because it is highly sought after and has a lot of intrinsic value in what it is. I don't see the prices going way down on land anytime soon.
Sure.
That just makes sense from like what it is. It's a very useful thing that's going to get more useful as more features roll out for the game maker and the dashboard. Sand as a currency is going to keep fluctuating up and down based on what the market does.
Right.
So
And
land
as
is a little more stable, I would say. But sand, as we can see, went up to almost 37 cents last week. It was
right.
like 36.9 cents at one point. And now last I saw, it was down to 25. I haven't checked it yet this morning.
Sure. And it's roughly around
Yeah.
there. But something, to also consider about sand is that the currency will continue to increase its usability or use case,
Mm-hmm.
right? We've seen historically in terms of the price that sand seems to escalate right as we get into a land sale because it's required, as you can see on the chart there. in order to be able to purchase land, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as the marketplace is slowly rolling out, as we get new assets available for purchase, those are available for purchase in sand tokens, right? As the game is slowly rolling out, we have the metaverse out in internal testing right now. Uh, that will start putting more sand into the ecosystem and also putting more demand for sand as developers like yourselves who are watching start to have those pay to play game release. So the use case for sand should continue it on a good long track. Um, but that the only caveat to that is, of course, that we'll have to continue to push to get new users. So you, as a developer making these games right now, will want to continue to market your games, and that's something that we talk about more on Wednesdays than we do on Saturdays. But marketing your games is going to be as important as designing them, right? Like if you say, "Hey, I have this great game," and they say, "What platform is it on?" Right? You could say it's on the Sandbox platform, and when people say, "What is that?" you say, "Oh, it's an NFT marketplace designing platform." Just the same way as kind of like the Apple App Store exists or the Google Play Store exists, right? This game will be featured on those platforms, but this is, as the Sandbox, its own platform. So anyway, you can affect the prices of land in sand directly as developers, as investors in that way by promoting this platform as a whole and developing games for it. So a lot of different things to look at when you're talking about what is the value of these, or like, it's when you want to make sure that any investment that you make, you've done your research, that it has good support, good use case behind it. Don't just throw money at something and say, when does it moon? But definitely, do the research on it. So let's see.
There
Any other
was
questions, Alex?
Yeah, there was one more which I don't really have a specific answer for, but Coney94 asked, when will the third land sale be? I'm very new and don't want to rush. So I would say it's good to not want to rush. And yeah, if you want to take time to learn about what you're going to invest before jumping in, because if you jump in without knowing about what you're investing in, you might get lucky and catch something good, or you might get very unlucky and not be happy with your investment. So I would say take the time to learn about it. You can always check out our Medium, which is medium.com/sandbox-game. There's lots of good info on there. As far as when the third land sale is, we've been averaging about 1 or 2 land sales a month right now this year, I believe, something like that. This is the third or fourth land sale this year. So,
but I would also say, Alex, that as we mentioned in previous announcements, these are typically, I think that this is a burst of land sales that was all planned to come together. So it could be a little longer intermission, but in previous land sales, I think the longest wait between them was something like 2 months, if I recall.
Yeah.
Over the last year or so.
Yeah.
So
it was definitely slower last year, and then this has been a burst of like smaller land sales. That the area's been smaller on each sale. So that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, exactly. I don't think you're good. It's not like you're gonna have to wait 8 months for the third land sale. That would be silly, I think. So let's get moving on, because today is game day and we're already 15 minutes in. But we're excited for the land sale tomorrow, so we've been talking about that. But some cool stuff that we're seeing from Sebastian and Arthur. Sebastian's our COO and Arthur is our CEO. So they're the head honchos in charge, and they've been sharing these screenshots from something that hasn't been seen yet in the Game Maker, which is some real life artwork on museum walls type things. So we've got I believe this is from the Sistine Chapel by Michelangelo, and I failed art history the first time in school. It was not because I didn't like the art, but it was a poorly run class. Not to make excuses for myself, but it was a bad class. I much more enjoyed it the second time around. And I'm not sure. This actually looks like voxel art here. I'm not sure who made this. I think I've seen this before. I'm not sure whose artwork it is originally, and the comments on the tweet are not telling me. But you can kind of tell from the surface area here that it's got kind of a voxel edge to it. And this, I know I've seen this before. I believe this is by Tybalt, who is our lead concept artist for the Sandbox. He kind of established the style. It's kind of hard to see because of the lighting, but there's this giant monster thing overlooking this ruined city, and I believe you can see it. What is the chat yelling about? I see Bunny is oh, Alex, I know, pick me. You want to be teacher's pet. So Bunny, do you know who made the train on the left side? Because I know I've seen it before, but it's been a while, and I know I definitely recognize Tybalt's work on the right here. Tybalt made all of it. Okay, all right, I'll take that.
Well, there it is.
Rant TV from YouTube asks, do they look at the chat? Well, yes, we do look at the chat. I'm not sure. Did somebody say something that we missed? We've been answering questions from the chat for the past 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's just the previous question was how much you guys made from the game.
From the game? Nothing yet,
Yeah,
because there's not monetization set up, but we're staff with the Sandbox.
Right.
So this is my full-time job. I make enough to support my family. That's
right.
and pay off my student loans and hopefully save some money. That is how much I make off the Sandbox. And Josephine is in a similar boat. So
yeah, I do fairly well with the Sandbox. It's my 9-to-5 job. But I can tell you that my investments do much more. So for me, this is more of a passion project, working with a great company. I've honestly never worked with a better company, and not just saying this because we are live on stream, never seen a better community. So I'm very happy, satisfied to continue to help get this on the way out there into the world. Obviously, it's done pretty well since our total market cap is somewhere in the ballpark of, almost $200 million right now. So we're doing pretty good, but there's a future still to be had. So what's up next, Alex?
Sorry, I had to mint there. Mint. I had to mute there for a second. I've got a 3-year-old who doesn't want to take her nap in the other room. So, and we've got Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa here. So yeah, but and yes, the Sandbox community is great. I have never worked with more generous people before, just all around, between what our bosses do for us in supporting us and taking care of what we need, and giving us the tools that we need to work, and also in giveaways to the community and opportunities for people in the community. Joseph was a community member before joining in on staff, because he made himself very helpful, and we're like, well, let's give him money to do that. So yeah, it's a great place to be here, and we're loving it. Alex, let me be teacher's pet for a second too. What was
that
was related to what was said earlier.
furthering on that the team is amazing, and Voxel Bunny is an amazing piece of that team, right?
Yes.
So I want to address this just straight away. I believe LA Beat Hustler says, how come all the avatars have white skin?
I can explain that if you don't know.
Yeah, go ahead, Alex.
Okay.
You are the lead.
So the thing that is going to be changing very soon. So as Voxel Bunny pointed out, they don't all have white skin. Wait, okay, Voxel Bunny's screaming in the chat. I don't know.
Don't do it. Don't do it. We're gonna address it.
I mean, there may be a delay in there, but
yes,
the goal with the avatars is that you're going to be able to change the skin color and hair color and eye color on all of them to whatever you want. So initially, because we don't have the okay, Voxel Buddy's just saying that we're in the process of switching. So
Yeah.
the issue is that we have the mix and match, so you can grab a head and put it on a body and put it on legs and put on feet. I was like, what's the other part of the body I'm missing there? So you got those 4 body parts: feet, legs, torso, and head. And those are all mix and match, but we don't have the skin color, hair color, eye color selector in there yet. So the problem we would end up with is that you would have, say, a brown head with black hands and white lower legs or something, and it would look very strange. Hi. Is it your nap time? No? Okay. No, because I don't want you to knock over the green screen. We have a little invader. I love you. Okay, you go to your doctor's appointment. Have fun. Okay. You go see Pepe? Yeah, okay. All right. I don't know what she's doing up here. But anyway, so you can select these different body parts, but they would have mismatching skin. So for now, they were mostly normalized to a single skin tone. Close that all the way. They were mostly all normalized to a single skin tone, so that way when you mix and match, the parts actually match. But very soon, hopefully within the next month, they'll have color selector sliders or color palettes that you can select specifically what you want your skin tones to look like, what your eye color looks like, and what your hair color looks like. And if you look at Vox Edit and you look at the avatar template, you can see how there's a section where you can define I think 5 skin colors, 3 hair colors, 2 eye colors, and an accent color. And those are the optional swatches. So on the dashboard, those will all have color selectors available to them. Just the feature isn't built yet. So for now, everything was kind of made the same for the sake of mixing and matching. Oh my goodness. So I'm gonna mute for a second while the screaming happens and get this game loading up. Joseph, you want to talk about Arcade Land?
Sure. So when we previously on the Sandbox, we streamed Arcade Land while Alex and I were testing all these games. And the Arcade Land game specifically was a super high intensity game in terms of how much CPU it had used, which caused streaming with the game to be quite laggy. Last week, on Wednesday, we streamed a bit of Arcade Land just to test and see if the game functioned, frankly, right? We moved up from the Game Maker version 0.4 up to 0.5, and there is now a much better response rate from the game coming in, right? It's a lot less laggy, if I could just be plain. So now it is much more playable. So this is a reflection of not only our experience, obviously, but yours. As a game developer, it is often hard for you to notice that your game is laggy because you have all the assets in your account. Everything is essentially preloaded for you. For users that are playing your game, their experience may be different. So we're playing Arcade Land as a sort of a lesson and a showcase, right? A lesson first for you as a developer if you are making your games and you're trying to ask yourself, hey, what does this feel like when other people are playing it? Make sure, or at least I would recommend, that you have a secondary account with the Sandbox, a test account. This is not something that we would typically recommend for just regular players, obviously, but certainly something that a developer would want because, again, if you are a player, you may not have these assets preloaded into your account. You may not have them preloaded into your games, and then you jump into this experience and it's really laggy or unplayable, right? Now, this is, some of the lag has been alleviated, but nonetheless, quality assurance tests, you'll always break more things if you play it with a regular user account than playing it with your primary design account. So Alex is going to blaze through the first part of this because we've played this last week. And after Alex gets through the first couple of sections, then we can move on to kind of new gameplay experience and see what we can break in your game. And that is the biggest, most important function of Wednesday streams, is that we come through, playtest your game, and break it. And then tell you, hey, this is how it's broken. Like right here, when you are jumping in the tutorial. If the Arcade Land game had been updated, then right there when you start the tutorial, there's a timer you can set on your death, and you could set it for -2 instead of 0 timer, and you'll actually instantly transport to the location, and it looks like a teleport instead of a death and a respawn somewhere else. So there are quite a few different little tiny tips that we can give through these gameplay experiences as they go. But in this section, it's really talking about, hey, what is everything? What am I even looking at, right? And after, there we go, door open there. After he gets through this, then Alex can give some live feedback as things calm down a bit more in there. I know how that is, though. We're all living in this COVID situation, right? So it's not like we can all go to the office and get away. We're working with what we can. I was in a call with our new marketing director that you all may have seen on our social posts just yesterday, right? And he was talking about things, and his son came in. It's just 3 years old. At for me it was like 8:30 in the morning, but for him it was 5 at night, or 5:30 at night, right? And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my kid's here. He's asking questions." I'm like, it's fine. We all live this life, right? We're all living in the real world, and so anyway. While we go, if you guys have any questions about the process, or you have suggestions for games we should play, or if you have a game that you haven't designed yet and you just have something basic, or you feel like it's basic, feel free to ask in the chat, and we will address it as Alex is playing through the Arcade Land game.
I seem to be a little bit stuck. There we go.
You are stuck.
There we go.
I think right there you have to
So,
jump in order to get through it.
yeah, making super narrow ladderways can be a little bit difficult to navigate through, because the ladders, the way they're designed, they allow kind of free roam, so you can go left and right very slowly and up and down. So because you can make those little adjustments, it's possible to make like a very wide, like a climbing lattice of like plants or something. You could make any object climbable, so you could have a whole like 4-meter wide section to climb on. But then you've got ladders with super narrow pathways. I'm not sure why nobody is getting her. If you'll excuse me for just a second.
No worries.
Let me Joseph's just gonna chat with y'all for a minute. Maybe answer some questions in the chat. I will be right back.
I can answer that question, right? So what's really happening there is when you're going up that ladder with the very thin entry, you've got I don't know if they could still hear me, so I'm gonna double check this. They can't hear me because I'll be right back. Oh, you can hear me. Can you hear me? I'm trying to hear myself, but I muted the tab like a dumb. There we go. Great. Awesome. All right. So anyway, so as we go, as you go up that ladder in that thin pathway, you're running into a couple of different collision detection issues, and the ladder system, as multiple links come together, it can be, you're trying to transition from one to the next. One of the ways to get around that, if you've ever had a broken ladder situation, is that you need to have space on your back, kind of, so your avatar will almost kind of like transition from. I'm gesturing with my hands, but you can't see my hands. Your avatar will back up off the ladder just a little bit, maybe like a couple centimeters, and then go back forward onto the next ladder up as you go up. So you just need space, volume as you head up to the next platform on each. So. That's
all right. I'm back.
I see you.
So the reason why she's upset Can I not exit out of here? Oh, there's the door. She's upset because she didn't get to go to the doctor's. Because
it's a good problem.
because COVID times,
Yeah.
the doctor's offices won't let you bring in more than the one parent and whoever needs the appointment, which in this case is my oldest daughter, who accidentally broke her glasses and just needs new frames. So bringing in her old glasses, getting new frames, and that's it. and so our 3-year-old's very upset that she cannot tag along.
Well, you know what they say, Alex. Your kid probably ate some apples or something, right? That's the phrase. I'm just kidding. Apple a day, ladies and gentlemen, keeps the doctor away. So
she does actually eat a lot of apples, coincidentally.
Very good. There you go. See, so that's where you just have to stop eating apples. No, I'm just kidding. Apples are pretty healthy for you. That fiber is good. In a question in the chat, how will the gameplay work across land/games? When it's live, can you roam freely between lands? So the answer is yes, you can roam freely between lands when it is live, assuming that the developer of a land hasn't cut off the margin between two lands. Otherwise, you can always use the map available on sandbox.games. So essentially, a game like this is designed on more than a 1x1, I believe. I'm pretty sure this is on a 4x4, as I recall. So it'll tell you when you load in that it's 16 lands. But if you walk to the edge of the map at any given point, the map itself knows where you are on it, right? Where you are in the world. So when you walk to the edge of the map, if you were at 1-1 and you were walking to 1-2, then when you got to that edge, it would say, you are now entering name of game, right? And it gives you a couple of seconds to confirm or to cancel. Otherwise, you would automatically transmit into the new land. And each land is instanced separately because each land has individualized game code. So in order to make sure you don't lag a whole bunch, you're not loading the entire universe's or metaverse's code all together, right? This is one such example of the ability to potentially walk into the next land if that space is on the edge of the world. I don't believe that it is, given that it's on a diagonal. But if that doorway was there on the side of the world, then you'd just be able to walk right up to it, and it would say, you're moving into here. We showcased last week, and we will go back here today, the metaverse social space. And then maybe Alex can show you what it's like to transfer into a new world via the tutorial.
I think we can do that, yeah.
Yeah, on the Inside Participate stream that we did last Wednesday. Wednesday? No, that's another day of the week. I'll double check that later. We do an Inside Participate stream twice a week through that partner, and that partner stream showcased our tutorial zone. Also, briefly, went into another stream, and we host them live every other Thursday. So that was last Thursday. Now it's Wednesday, right? So you can go back on their stream and look at it. But anyway, we'll go into the social space and show you what it's like when you walk up to a wall and there's another experience in the next section of the metaverse. If there is nothing, when you walk up to the edge, it doesn't act like there's nothing. It just says no experience, and it doesn't force you to tell. So I believe that it will be rare that there will be no experience out there. But for those folks who only purchase land as an investment principle, that may be the case in some areas of the map. But otherwise, again, you can also go to sandbox.game, click on map, click any one of those, and go straight there. So.
All right. So we've got a whole bunch of seeking quests here, and the top one here, gather the 3 Ys, has some pretty good hints as to where the stuff is, and I think I already know where some of this is. So we were just at the academy. Where was that? Oh, right here. I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
So let's see. we got another quest. Talk to the first sage. Now search for the second one in the desert and face the arid creature. I'm wondering if these are teleporters that will take us. Maybe not. Maybe these are entrances.
It could, yeah.
So I'm not
Maybe
sure
they're
where the
coming
desert
back
is.
from the desert biome. Well, it just tells you now that the desert biome was unlocked, which is obviously implying that it would close at some point. So maybe it's where those vines were before.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a good idea. The vines were back over this way. So one thing is that it is a little bit difficult to navigate because there's so much going on. There's not necessarily a great solution to that, but you could put some like signposts maybe, and those vines are still there.
Yeah, wayfaring. That's fun. If you did have a signpost, it doesn't even have to like explicitly be like, "Hey, go over here," right?
Right.
It can definitely be something where you walk up to the sign and it just says like north
Here it
tip.
is.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I remember this was
Interesting.
blocked off before,
Right.
and it
right.
definitely looks deserty here. So that's a long
Yeah.
way down. I don't know
Yeah,
that we
can
can
you even
easily
get
get
back
back.
I'll bet you.
But we got a
yeah,
checkpoint
maybe
here.
top. Yeah.
So I have a feeling that when we beat the monster,
The teleporter will bring you back.
back to that academy with those 3 portals there. Oh, there's a monster. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Let's see what we got
pretty
here.
easy.
So I think we'll go to I'm not sure what the time is actually. We can
It's,
go to
11 or 10:40 now.
we'll
so-
go to 45 and then we'll switch over to the hub.
Sure.
So we'll see how far we can get in this, and I recommend you guys play this because it's actually a lot of fun. This particular world is pretty expansive. I mean, you can see there's stuff way out there, so they put a lot of work into this game, and
And it is significantly improved, right? Like since we updated to the 0.5
Oh yeah,
version,
Yeah.
the lag is way down for this experience. So I think that it's definitely worth running through. But there is a user in the chat whose name I won't necessarily read out loud. Asked, is there any plan to improve the swimming/water animation? Yes. Simple answer. Certainly plans to improve the swimming. You'll notice, or you may not, depending on how long you use the Game Maker software, that the physics in the water, a couple of iterations ago, physics in the water just simply didn't exist. Now,
you
when
just
get
ran
in the
full
water-
speed.
Right. So now you get in the water and you have kind of this like I'm in water feeling. You're
Sometimes
not
I miss
swimming.
running at full speed in the water, to
Yeah,
be honest,
I mean,
but
Sure.
it is
but,
kind
yeah.
of
We're
cheating.
With each different iteration, we're working on different functions. Like right now, we're heavily focused in like melee combat and the itemization systems and the multiplayer subsystems and all those sorts of things. But we also have the implementation of ranged attacks, which is going to be a game changer in terms of gameplay, right? Because with the implementation of ranged attacks, you think about the obvious things, like we're in this medieval setting, so you're probably thinking, oh, we've got bows and arrows. But as soon as you have a ranged attack, you also have the potential to design FPS.
Ooh.
In this last, well, I think it was the one before this, but in one of the most recent updates, we added camera systems that have changed, right? So you actually have the ability to create first-person viewpoints. And with first-person viewpoints, if you add ranged mechanics, suddenly you can make first-person shooters, if that is your thing. So there's a bunch of different things that are all coming together from different teams around the world that we work on with the Sandbox. And as those pieces come together, you're seeing the fruition here. Making games now for them. If you're staying in kind of like this melee/medieval theme, your games are more likely to be compatible with the systems of the seasonal content. But if that's not what you're into and you want to make something all original that you think will generate more pay-to-play potential, then you can design pretty much whatever you want with the platform. So a lot of things coming through as we go.
Yeah, we're focusing right now heavily on this existing system and trying to make it as good as possible. But there's going to be so many more mechanics when everything's said and done. I mean, I don't think it'll ever be said and done. It's gonna, keep growing and evolving.
Yeah, and that's absolutely true, Alex. I know that we already have probably seen the more subtle things on the roadmap that say like coming to mobile, console, right? Ooh, close. Oh no, can you get there, Alex?
I got it.
Okay,
We're good.
good.
We're good.
Good. Barely. Ooh.
I like the subtle animations on this platform. I'm not sure who made that, but there's little twirling rods inside of there.
Sort of, yeah. Kind of gives it more of like a mechanical feel, but obviously the color scheme makes it a bit ethereal. That's pretty cool.
It's got kind of a Tron vibe to it.
Yeah, a little bit. Like Tron set in Prince of Persia. That's what I'm reading.
There is time travel in Prince of Persia, isn't there? Sort of.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
It's very heavily focused around that fact. In fact, The Sands of Time was one of the subtitles of their game. Probably one of the most popular Prince of Persia games since the NES. Where is this skeleton?
I think it was a lag issue there.
So let's see. There was a question that was pretty well answered in the chat, but I still want to address it because not everybody watching is not everybody watching is in the chat on Twitch. So the question is, in the future, can anyone make NFTs in Voxel and sell them on the Sandbox's market?
Yes.
So the marketplace has yet to be released, but the answer is yes. Right.
Absolutely.
And it was answered just like that in the chat, where it was like, short answer, yes. Because that's the whole point of it, right?
Yeah.
You'll know now that if you open up Voxel, there is an option to send an asset to the marketplace. And then while on the marketplace, you'll have two options. One is to mint it if you want to sell it. The second is to import it into the game maker, right? So
that happens automatically. So if you have an artist account, as soon as you upload, it will, and like set a name for it, it'll be available in your game maker. Ooh, we got a new. Oh no, we got a new sword, but immediately got attacked, and we're running low on health.
Oh no! Don't die, Alex. Do it.
I'm trying.
Hacker man.
I'm getting a lot of.
Aren't moving.
Yeah, I think it's a lag issue, cause I died. How far back is that gonna send me? Oh, well, that just took us home.
Oh no!
Well, no, I think that's where we wanted to go. That was like the next step.
Did you only need to get the sword?
Well, we already got the wise man. He already got sent because we beat the boss. I think we were supposed to get the sword first and then go fight the boss.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
Like, break the game,
Well, I think it's more like it's an optional, like Legend of Zelda you can play with without ever getting the Master Sword or whatever. It's like a lot harder, but it is doable. If we go to the Academy, he should be there now. We'll go check that out. But yeah, so the entire concept of the Sandbox is that it's a UGC platform. So that UGC means user generated content. So while it's only for the Creator Fund and our partners right now, that is not the plan for release. Yeah, there he is. He's right there. And I think that kind of brings us up to time now. I think it's about time to switch over. So we're gonna stop there. I will leave the rest of the play. I mean, I'm gonna play this on my own later because I just think this is fun. But I would definitely suggest you check this out. And the game should improve as optimizations are made on the engine. So if you have a hard time running it now, maybe in another version or two, check it out again. And of course, the person who made this game, which I believe is Maz4444. They can update this game if they make any improvements to it later on. So we're gonna go back to main, and I'm going to open up the super secret version of the Sandbox here. so we can jump over to the hub.
So this super secret version is the internal test of our game client.
Yes.
Alex wants to keep it a super secret, but I'm not going to let it happen. You guys
Well,
can see it
I'm
here
gonna
live now, exclusive.
I'm keeping how to get to it secret.
I mean, that's a good.
That's probably a good idea.
Should I give it away? I'm gonna give it away. Just kidding.
Give it away. Give it away. Give it away now.
Give it away now. You can access this client directly on the website at sandbox.game, but not yet. Soon.
Super secret, but not for the people here. Well.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no. What does that mean?
Connection to the Sandbox headquarters failed.
What does that mean?
Well, that could mean they're applying an update, sir, and my plans have been foiled. Because
Well,
that has happened to me quite a few times when I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. And then we're like, well, the reason why we have a test environment is so we can patch it, guys. And I'm like, oh man.
Oh, I might not have the latest.
Yes.
I might need to update the client. So let's
so let's see here.
Let me see if I can launch another. Let's see if I can go straight to the tutorial.
I'm going to address some more questions here.
Sure.
Will the Sandbox ever be able to show more high-definition artwork rather than just voxel art? Kirsch, you could see at the top of this stream, if you're watching right as soon as we started, we showcased that. And if you haven't seen it, you can go over to Sebastian or at Borget Sebastian on Twitter. You can see he's showcasing some more high-definition art. It's not quite HD. It does still voxelize that art, apparently.
I think it's at the same pixel resolution of 32 pixels per meter as we do for the voxels.
Yeah. But there also has been some previous, and I haven't shared this since something like August of last year, but there have been some previous works on actually just straight away embedding video in like billboard style format. So we're testing quite a few different things as we've been going with the intention to, at some point, have NFT art style showcases be a feature or function of the client. Let's see here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's the Sandbox is intended as a voxel art game. So I mean that while we're providing avenues for images and video, and there are thoughts about possibly embedding NFTs in the future, which could include low poly models or other things like that. Kind of, I believe some of the other crypto voxels might do that. The intent, the Sandbox was established as a voxel art game, so that's kind of the goal here is to make voxel art. So. I was successfully able to load the tutorial level here.
Very good.
I'm not sure if we try going back to the hub. I don't know if it'll work or not, but we can at least play through the tutorial.
Yes, and the again, this tutorial was showcased first last Thursday, so we're showing it for the first time here live on our officially supported stream here. So Alex, give it a go. You normally in the social hub find this gentleman pretty much right as soon as you spawn, right?
Mm-hmm. He invites you to this tutorial, so he's sitting right in front of the portal that is now behind us. I did see a question in the chat though, real quickly. Can you build a land, or can you build a whole experience without land? And yes, the game maker is free. You can build anywhere from a 1x1 to a 4x4 in the game maker, and you can publish it to the gallery here without owning any land, any sand, any NFTs. All you need is the free Sandbox account and the wallet that you make as part of that, but that entire process is free. So yeah, it's you can do all this stuff.
It's important that you if you want to make a game, to make a game, to learn about making a game, understand that we reward effort. One of the main focuses that we have had throughout has been community, right? We give back to that community all the time. You can apply. If you make a bunch of voxel-based art, you like your style, you think you've got what it takes to become an official artist, all of our artists came through essentially the same way. They went to fund.sandbox.game as an artist, as a voxel asset creator. And we have a sort of like a test for those people that we believe qualify. and that test, you get paid just for the test, and then if you pass the test, you get paid on a long-term basis to make these voxel assets that you're seeing in these games. Uh, Furthermore, if you go to gamefund.sandbox.game and you have made levels, you're not a voxel asset creator, you've just made a game, right? You have the potential to have free land, literally given to you,
Free real estate.
because in order for you to publish your game in the metaverse. So we do this with games that are just fun, right? There's 166,464 lands that will ever exist, and we want to make sure that on each of those lands there is a high quality game, to the best that we can control. And so while you are designing, if that's not enough, you can also go onto the forum, where we have had previously contests for voxel asset creation where we give away land. You can join us for our game jam events. We've had 3 so far. In the last game jam, we gave away 350,000 sand and 10 land, 1 to each of the top 10 games that were submitted. So if I did the math right now, that was $85,000 worth of sand, not counting the lands and their estimated value. So we've had users that may or may not be in this chat before that won that game jam, and they were working with like really older computers, and they're thinking like, hey, if I win this, I can make better games by buying a better PC. That's your goal. That's something that has happened as a result of this game jam in the past. So a lot of different avenues to get lands, a lot of different avenues to get sand, and just get those games out. But the first thing you can start with is start making assets right now, whether that be art or it be games themselves. I love this little Easter egg for the first short while ago. Just a little rubber ducky behind the wall. Why? I'll never know. I'm just kidding. Apparently,
Rubber
this is an
duckies are the
internal
one
joke.
that make bath time so fun.
Yes, I learned about this being an internal joke among our artists, Alex, like, I don't know, a month ago or something. And I was like, what are you talking about, rubber duck, guys? Like, what's going on? And the guys and gals that are in the artist fund were all like, yeah, of course, rubber duck. Like, you don't know rubber duck? You're not in with the cool kids over here.
Yeah, they are all over the place in these, and yeah, go try to find all of them. There's a bunch. I haven't found all of them myself. I found a lot of them, but sometimes I don't know how many there are. So I think there's something up here. Yeah. Panda Pops has been trying to track them all down. How many are there? I don't know. I don't know what the total is. I know there's at least one in the tutorial. Yeah, I'm not sure how many. And look at all these fun assets. Like we've got these knights on whales riding around through the sky. You can if you time it right, you can ride on them. Lots of fun.
So Alex, I want to address some things just for fun.
Sure.
In the chat. This one is just so in a past life, a few years ago, I ran my own game journalism company, and I'm seeing in the chat that one of our users has suggested that Nintendo owns Atari. I can assure you that Atari is still an independently owned company, that it's not under subset. That said, the Sandbox will be eventually available for play on the Atari VCS, which is being distributed now. So the Atari VCS is like a console PC hybrid that operates on Linux, has proprietary app store, so that it's available there. But you can also reformat the entire system and have it run on Windows if you like. So let's see here.
I missed a flower.
Now it can be said Monkey Junkie 82. We've renamed their name so that I can say it out loud here on the stream.
I didn't miss a flower. It's right. Oh wait, there's still another one.
You did miss a flower.
I did miss a flower. I'm trying to remember where it is. Oh, I
don't know.
I think it's further back towards the beginning, right?
Yeah,
It's
there's
like
one that's almost at the very beginning. Yeah, as far as I recall. Um,
I don't remember where the flower is.
yeah, and I see also in the chat that's a nice climbable vine. I like that.
Oh
So
wait,
you can make.
I
Correct me if
already
I'm
got that
wrong,
one.
Alex, but you can make almost any asset climbable,
Any
right?
asset can be climbable. You can make
Yeah.
NPCs climbable, and they'll walk
There you go.
around, and you can try to
No
climb on
big
them.
deal. So
Oh,
whatever
there it
you
is.
want to do, if you want to make it so it's like Banjo Kazooie and you just climb up on somebody's back and what have you, that's possible.
You know,
Uh,
somebody should make a Shadow of the Colossus game. I'm not sure
there you go.
how exactly you would do that. I have some ideas. Maybe I'll make it. I don't know, but
Maybe it's like,
somebody should make one. Oh wait, I need to
is the
actually go.
Colossus a vehicle? Because you can make it a vehicle, right?
Yeah, it would be a moving platform. But I would say
Yeah.
you'd probably want an NPC that kind of lumbers slowly, and then you would want to attach children assets to it. So you got climbable areas and non-climbable areas, and then as the NPC moves around, they would follow it. But you'd have to, it would take a lot of thought to like set it up effectively. But it would still be lots of fun, I think. We should try that. Maybe we'll try that on Saturday. I'm not sure what we'll
Yeah.
do it with.
Well, okay. I had some other ideas, plans
Mhm.
for Saturday, Alex.
Oh, okay.
If you
My
don't mind,
apologies.
first of all, as a reminder, we will very likely, in fact, I got confirmation while we were live that we will be, where's, yes, we will be doing giveaway for the NFT box raffle for all of those people who do purchase any of the 1x1 lands for 1011 sand during the upcoming land sale in about 18 hours. We will do the raffle giveaway for that with your wallet addresses automatically. I'm not sure if I'll know. I don't think I'll know your name, but I will be able to announce that we've done a giveaway, I guess. That's kind of
I
awkward.
mean, you could say what the wallet address is, I guess, of who
I
won
don't
it,
know
and
if I
if
want to
somebody
do that though.
recognizes,
That seems pretty weird. Maybe I'll
you'll
just
be
say,
able to see
here's
it
what
on
I'll
the
do.
blockchain
I'll
anyway.
say I'll say the last five like numbers and or letters of the wallet address. Because for the most part, I don't think that we would have a duplicate of that in the chat. So somebody can
Yeah.
get excited.
Um, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how this would work. Our backend, our blockchain backend people might be able to say what user accounts connected to what wallet, so we could just say the username for the sandbox.
Yeah, that
But
makes. We'll see what happens.
I'm not sure how
I
quickly
know
we could do that.
I know who has to do the turnaround in order for us to be able to do this. So we'll see where the chat goes. I don't have any money. Alex, you need money.
I think I can give whether I have money or not.
Now you just talk to
Wait,
this lady. Place the offering.
wait.
Right?
I tried, but nothing happened.
You don't have any gold, Alex. You gotta get the gold.
Did
Get
it?
the goblin some gold.
How did I get gold before? Does she pay me? Oh, golden trophy. Oh, okay, there. That's why. I I think I did that. That part. I think it spawned on me last time, so I didn't even realize I collected it the first time I played this. So there we go.
As a reminder, if this is the first time you've ever watched one of these streams here on Saturdays and Wednesdays, we also give away a Wizzy the Blue NFT asset for you to use in your game designs. So right now in the chat, whether you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on Twitch, you're watching on Periscope, or any other platform service around the globe, you can click the form link, fill it out for me if you would, and before we finish this stream, I will announce who is an awesome winner. And that NFT asset is exclusive just to these streams. We also occasionally give them away on community featured streams or just random ones when I pop in at any day of the week. If you're streaming the Sandbox game, at me on Twitter to make it more likely that I will promote your stream and give away a Wizzy the Blue NFT asset on your stream. Currently, Wizzy the Blue is hundreds of dollars. I'm not kidding. To
Yeah.
purchase, available on OpenSea.io. So if you're interested in that, that's interesting. I don't like that invisible wall, Alex. Triggered by that invisible wall you just ran into. This is this is official. This is an official
Which
representation.
was
We
it?
have an invisible wall.
This one here?
Yep, that one right
Yeah.
there.
I guess we could
Feedback
put an actual
time.
fence there.
Anything.
Bunny, make a note.
Make a note, please. Put a fence there.
Joseph
Invisible
is
walls.
offended.
Not that that matters. It's funny because if you walk up on if you go left right here, right back on that platform that you were, I'll bet you could jump over the invisible wall anyway.
Nah, it's pretty well sealed up here.
Oh, it is a full
Okay.
real deal.
Ooh, I
wall.
did pop over an edge there.
Boom. Okay. See, now we're getting somewhere.
Oh,
Break the
but
game.
it doesn't. It's two separate
Doesn't
walls.
let you go all the way, but it's two separate invisible walls. That's
Yeah. Yeah, and then down here there's a bunch of voids. So if you fall here, you go back. So it's actually, you can get to these platforms down here with the statues, but you have to do it from over here at this bridge thing by jumping onto the whales. So you're not really supposed to get there, but I've taken some screenshots from there as proof that it can be done.
It's like I feel like if we're gonna make it, and this is just me. This is this is a basic tutorial, and people will probably breeze through it and never know. But if you're making magical floating platforms that are going to murder you when you jump off of them, maybe they should have a little magical floaty business going on below. A little fragment of brick or something, dirt that's falling off that shows that there's a magical. Obviously, it's magical. It's floating, but a magical aura about it, or maybe some sparkly bits. So that when I fall down into the sparkly bits, it can be like, you're not supposed to touch fairy dust and you died for it. This is what you deserve, Joe. It's just a little nonsense like that. But these are the kind of feedbacks we give in our forums.
I'm gonna paste the form link again because somebody asked where it was, so I'm pasting it in the chat again.
Andy Ritchie linked it as well.
There you
Because
go.
Andy Ritchie is a high-class human being in the chat here. Appreciate you. We got it again for the other. Oh yes, that one is for YouTube. I saw the same question come up on Twitch as well. So, would you put sand staking in other platforms like Binance? I'm not aware of Binance having a staking platform, but nonetheless, maybe that is a function. So in my state, in my country, frankly, I don't think there's a place where you can use Binance because I live in the USA.
No, so I can clarify on that.
Sure.
This is something
Great.
about crypto that I actually know.
Good.
So there is a Binance US
Right.
where people in the United States can access Binance. However, in the states where Joseph and I live, as well as New York and Texas and a few other states, those states have said that they don't want to allow us to use Binance. I'm not entirely sure of the reasoning, other than old people in government tend to be afraid of crypto. But I thought it was funny. When I was a little kid, I used to live in Washington State, and I went to college in Texas for a year and a half, and I used to live with my great-grandmother for a couple months in New York, and now I live in Connecticut. I've lived in Connecticut most of my life. So all of the states I've ever lived in, Binance is illegal, more or less. So
Right. It's funny. I'm seeing in the chat. Cough VPN cough. Let me tell you something. WT and
that's
Sci Guy.
risky.
That's not a function that is possible with Binance and or other platforms that are reputable in the cryptocurrency industry, because you still have to do a function called KYC. Know your consumer or customer, and that KYC requires a user to submit their identification as proof.
Driver's license. I would have to get a fake ID from another state, and
even if
that's
I used my passport, right? Yeah, like a passport says I'm from Washington State. Oh, denied.
Yes, it's
See you,
the
nerd.
Alex's curse. So any state that I've ever lived in, you're not allowed to use Binance, and that's I'm sorry about that personally.
Yeah, this is Alex's fault. Actually, I think we can just pin it right now. Just everybody get upset with Alex for it. That's his fault. All right, so Alex, it's 11:06 a.m. my
Yes.
local time, 1:06 p.m. your time. We are now no
Oh,
longer accepting responses to the form. 112 users have left a response, so I'm going to type RNG in my little local search engine. I push generate on 112 different users, and user number 81 has won. Who is number 81? Everyone wants to know. Here we go. This is Antonio J on YouTube.
yeah.
You are watching right now.
I've
It's weird to see a real name, I got to say, Antonio. Congratulations for winning over on YouTube. But normally I'm like at Silly Sausages 86. You know what I mean? But that's just not the case here today. Antonio J over on YouTube. Congratulations. You have won a Wizzy, the blue NFT asset. I have your Ethereum wallet address here. I'm going to put it into our form that Alex and I share. I'm going to verify that this is unique. Distribution on this should go out about the next time that I can actually see gas hit 100. Right now, gas is like 190, as we mentioned earlier on in the stream. We just want to do that, generally speaking. It's about once a week that we'll send these out. Sometimes it's a bit longer. I think the last time we sent one out was 12/14, so it may be that we'll have to eat the gas at some point. But
Clanker
we'll see
said
where
that
it
hit
goes.
too close to home.
What?
Clanker said it might move to Texas when
ready
it's a
for
bit
cashing
warmer.
out. That's ironic. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Texas is under a
I
super
still-
deep freeze in their entire. If you
Yeah.
move to Texas, I can tell you that if you move to the El Paso area,
Yes.
they are actually on a grid that connects to Louisiana
Yeah.
and not on their state integrated power grid.
It's
So,
also a lot
it's-
drier there. It's not too
Yeah.
bad in El Paso. That's where my dad's from, actually, is El Paso. So I've got
Very
family
good.
in El Paso. I also have family in the Dallas-Fort Worth area who are under the deep freeze. And yeah, my
Yeah.
grandmother had electricity and heat, but she did not have hot water because I think her gas
Oh.
lines were, stopped by
Yeah,
stuff.
they
So it's,
freeze up, too,
we
yeah.
were checking in on grandma. She does well for herself, so she's doing okay. But yeah, somebody mentioned, feel free to throw all your money on red or black at your local casino. And it's funny, I grew up less than a mile from a casino in Connecticut.
Don't do it. Don't do it. If you're going to throw your money away, make sure you throw it away on sound investments.
Yeah. Yeah, when
Just
we went to the
pretend that
casino,
you
we just
lost,
use it like a
okay?
mall. Like we go to
Yeah.
the food court because they've got a Ben and Jerry's and they've got the chicken place. What's the chicken place called?
Kentucky Fried Chicken?
No, not Kentucky
Popeyes?
Fried Chicken. Wow, my parents would disown me right now for not being able to remember the name.
That's it. At Alex's parents. He forgot what good chicken tastes like. been
Wow, why
Connecticut
can't I
for a while.
remember all their ads have cows on them? Chick-fil-A.
Well, wait, you said the good chicken. I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I haven't tried Popeyes yet, but it's definitely better than Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah, Popeyes is pretty good. They got some good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so we're here doing a crypto / game design show. This is what we do.
We talk
here.
about the food courts at casinos. That's
Yep. and
this
we're
is
talking
now a
about food
podcast.
courts and casinos. See, if you live in Washington, they just give you food for free, Alex, because that's what we do up here.
Oh, they give you
the
drinks for
casinos.
free if you're gambling. That's what
Oh,
they
I mean,
do.
of course
but
they do, because they want
yeah.
you to keep going.
Yeah.
But up here, you get the whole buffet. You get the lobster. You get everything,
Oh,
right?
wow. No,
it's
you
just
have to
crazy. Yeah.
be like a high roller. I know somebody who can get into that buffet for free, but it's because they blow all their money on gambling.
Andy Ritchie asked, "Did I say sound investments or sand investments?"
He said sand investments. That's what he said.
These are the same picture. That's what I'm saying right now.
Gato Style says Los Polos Hermanos. Just if you want to get some meth on the side, that's what that's about. We should probably not talk about that on Twitch. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining us. I hope you had fun. We're having fun here with the chat. And yeah, we weren't able to show the hub today. I was going to show off some of the other areas you could climb to in the hub, but either my version is out of sync because I mean they do like daily patches and rebuilds on the internal client, so I don't always have the daily download. So either mine's not compatible with the server, or they're doing something with the hub server right now. So maybe next time we'll give it another shot.
Before we go, I got one more thing for everybody, and then we could say goodbye.
Okay.
If you're watching live and you like the content, right? This is not the only live stream that the Sandbox officially supports. We have a list now available on our Gitbook of every live stream, community members, and official stream. We have recently added Aladev as an official. If you're looking for a stream that's available in German and English, on Tuesdays we have Voxel Blaze doing Vox Edit. On Wednesdays we've got a Spanish-speaking and English-speaking, not animated, making with the Game Maker. Thursdays Panda Pops in English. Once every other week, you've got Participate.com in English. Fridays, Nexonic does Vox Edit. Aladev is again back on Fridays as well with the Game Maker. Saturdays, Chimpa Bastion in Spanish and English doing Vox Edit. And Sundays, Vox Edit with Senior Papa in Spanish and English. So if you would like to join that list of officially supported streamers, message me at TheVisionX or hit me up on Discord, on Telegram. Get your name out there. Let me watch your stream. I know Andy Ritchie's in the process, just added in a new PC after being successful at making a game in our last game jam. So Andy Ritchie is very likely to be added to this list very soon. Just going to watch a few more streams, interact more, probably give away some Wizzy NFTs there. So again, reach out to me. Let me know what you got so you can get added onto this list, and we'll have some fun together. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And good luck on the land sale tomorrow. Keep an eye out on Twitter to see if Joseph will be streaming live during that or not.
Yes.
I guess we will. You still don't know yet, right? You still don't know if you're streaming?
That I haven't got an answer for.
All right. We'll get some sleep between now and then.
Our marketing manager said, yes, we should. But I told him, you're going to have to wait for Seb to answer that, because Seb is the man for that particular answer.
All right.
The last time I streamed with that, we had over 1,000 people on the stream. So join us if it does go live. I'll let you know.
High pressure. Okay.
No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure.
Fairly inconvenient.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next time.